All right, Spill the Matcha fam, welcome back. Today we have a new location actually. We are joined with the beautiful Aisha. Hello, Aisha.
Hey.
At Sequences in Lucille. This space is where they hide the light in Lucille, honestly. So all the lighting, all the good energy, all the beautiful, just that juju that we're on right now, you know?
I have copyright on the sunlight.
I love it. She does. She really, really does. And traditionally, Aisha, we start our Spill the Matcha podcast with a matcha cheers.
Yes.
So we got to do the matcha cheers.
She made me this.
Yes, I did. Cheers. We got to sip the matcha before we spill the matcha. And we're actually trying a new matcha today.
From Japan.
From Japan. This is really good.
Isn't
It's
it?
so smooth. What?
Yeah. New milk, new
New
matcha.
matcha. It's
Yeah.
amazing. We're doing the oat milk, not my. It's really good, Aisha. We literally opened this up 5 minutes ago and I whipped these up and she would not open it without me. That's what a real friend does.
I'm very loyal.
She's
I'm
very
very loyal. Loyal to the brand, the matcha queen.
Thank you, love. So thank you so much for having us in your beautiful studio today,
Thank you for coming.
Aisha.
We finally did it.
Finally. We've been talking about this for
Forever.
months. But you know, busy mamas over here.
Was this since last year?
I think so.
Oh, no.
I think so. But it's okay. We got it done.
We have kids.
Yes, we have kids. We're
Yes.
busy moms, and
That's our
we're
excuse.
running empires here. So,
Yes.
Aisha, tell us, who is Aisha?
Okay. So I call myself a wellness leader.
I love
So
that.
I'm trying to guide you through your wellness. And I am tired of people categorizing wellness in a certain way when it can be very specific or it could be very general. But the term that I like to say is that, or the way I like to explain it is, it's your consistent, how can we say it? Your consistent striving to achieve well-being.
Okay.
Whether you're reading a book, meditating, enjoying your family, smashing it at the gym.
Smashing at the gym.
She taught me this new word, smashing.
Exactly.
Something yogis don't really do.
They don't smash their
kick
yoga. Their yoga flows.
Okay, we flow. So like breathing, just being. Because I know a lot of people they're not in their bodies, they're not in their minds, they're not focused. And I believe I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to empower your wellness. That's what I'm trying to do.
And I love that you said a well-being leader.
Yes.
All right. So that is
Wellness leader.
A wellness leader. Like wellness is something that is defined by so many people in so many different ways. And you put so many examples out there and it means different things to different people, right? When you like think of the word wellness, it's not a one size fit all definition, right? So when someone comes in and comes to you, how would you help them on their wellness journey?
Okay, so the first thing, come into sequences or just meeting me?
Meeting you or coming into sequences, either one.
Well, if someone just meets me, I try to convert them to yoga.
She's the converter.
I'm working on Khalid next.
He's our next project.
He doesn't know yet. It's coming. Okay, and but when people walk into sequences, what we try to do is we create a wellness journey for you, and first we do a body analysis, which is on us. We treat you to that because a lot of people, for some reason, think they don't need one, even though you need regular checks. It's a regular body assessment. So what I like to do is we sit with a yogi, or we sit with the mandatory person that needs to sit with you is a physiotherapist.
Okay.
So she checks you out from a medical point of view, and then she can recommend either we do physiotherapy sessions for you. I don't want you to live on physiotherapy.
Right.
So that's how the movement therapy comes in.
Okay.
And when the movement therapy comes in, it depends on what your body needs. So some people need clinical Pilates. We offer that. It's a medical way of using Pilates to cure your body.
That's what I tried out.
Yes.
That was
Yeah. It's intense.
hard.
It's intense.
There was a point where I was like, I'd rather be doing CrossFit at this point.
Yeah. When she said that, I was like, wow.
I was
But
shaking.
it is hard.
It was.
Because you're tapping into the deep muscles, and that's what keeps you together and keeps your organs together, keeps everything secure inside. Or we recommend yoga, different types of yoga. We have power yoga, we have slow flow. I do the intro to yoga because I'm trying to teach people how to do yoga because it is very intimidating.
Yeah, true. Very true.
A lot of people say, I don't want to walk into a group class.
That is very true.
And well, because it's awkward, right?
Yeah, and it's not just in
Yoga's
the yoga
awkward.
world. Like it's a group class in general. Like whether it's fitness or like a new course that you're taking or yoga.
Yeah.
You walk in and everyone's upside down and you're like, and they're warming up. You know those people that are in the class.
Well, that's just wrong. No, no, no. We don't do that. We don't do that. That is forbidden here.
It's not the toxic yoga environment where
That Instagram yoga.
100%.
Yeah, no, we don't do that here. But okay, so we focus on body conditioning, mobility, and therapy.
Amazing.
We are trying to enhance your daily movement. So my best client is actually someone that's in her 60s or he's in his 60s. And we have some, which is amazing. Before we were trying to get that age group and they didn't know about us yet.
Wow.
And now they're actually confident to walk in the door because they feel safe. We have a safe space.
That's
for
so
people.
important too,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. And we give them a body assessment. We do, they're into physio for the beginning, usually that age group. And then they slowly go into breath work. And sound therapy is popular now.
I loved it.
It's just
When we did it we did an actual matcha ceremony with sound therapy.
Yeah, it was nice.
It was beautiful, and it just a lot of things come up.
Yeah.
Emotions.
It's releasing.
And conversations come up, and you're just like, wow, where's this coming from? But it just flows so easily.
Yeah.
Things just happen, and I love it. That's a really, don't sleep on the sound therapy.
Yeah, it's nice. It's really nice. When you're in silence, during the session, usually people do fall asleep. And then when they fall asleep, you can see the glitch, like the bodies,
twitching
the twitching and
yeah.
stuff like that. And then what's amazing about that is that, like in a group session, I don't think she can really focus on that. But the sound therapist in a private session, when she sees the twitching, she places the bowls or the forks on your body.
Oh my goodness.
And then she keeps on like using the instruments until it calms down, and you're in your sleep.
That's insane.
Which is awesome.
That's
I'm into it
insane.
now.
I was converted the moment that it started. But it's so amazing because, like, you know, we do live in a fast-paced world, Aisha. Like things are just boom, 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 go, go, go. There's a big hustle culture. There's a lot of like
Too much competition.
a lot
We
of
were talking about
competition.
that,
Yeah,
right?
and like fitness is always very geared towards, obviously, you know, strength, conditioning, you know, lifting heavy, pushing your limits, you know, forcing yourself into like uncomfortable, you know, places in your body where you're just like, oh, I want to stop, but no, you keep going. Now, I know that yoga has a little bit of that because you have to breathe through uncomfortable positions, correct? Yes. But so for me, like when I came to you, I was like, what am I going to do here? Like, you know, I was like, all right, we're just going to do some stretches. What's going to happen? But then I began to feel like this would benefit me and so many other athletes because first we're using those teeny tiny muscles that do hold us together and are usually falling apart after a lot of wear and tear. Yeah. But what do you say to people who are just kind of like, I just want to keep going. I don't want to put the brakes on. I don't want to do the stretches and the mobility and everything because that's honestly the culture that we're in. And I've preached about this a lot. I really have. Like, you're wearing and tearing your body. No one's resting. Everyone just thinks more is more. Yeah. But here, you're forced to like slow down.
Well, with people like that, we usually put them in balancing poses because that really releases because people don't like being held still. They get anxiety.
Isn't that crazy?
I don't know why everyone has anxiety. I don't understand it. I never used the word growing up. Never. And I never heard the word growing up. Now everyone's like, I have anxiety. And I'm wondering, is it because you're on your phone all the time? Or is it because you're smoking something?
Yeah.
You know, like the stimulants, a lot of my friends, they smoke. They're on coffee all the time. Like, to me, I'll have one shot before I work out because I'm going to burn it.
Yeah.
They're on coffee every single hour.
Non-stop.
And smoking.
And it's giving your
and
heart
smashing it at the gym. Smashing.
Smashing it at the gym, yes. But like you said, like before a workout, I'm going to burn it off.
Yeah,
we're done here.
You like that kick. I like
yeah,
that kick.
of
I
course.
mean, I use it too. And I always recommend people to go into balance.
Like, what does that do?
It drives you nuts because you're trying to balance, your body's struggling. You realize how unbalanced you are. And it's not just for people who do yoga. It's not just for even yogis need to get in balance. We're not balanced every day. We're not.
That is such a metaphor for life.
Yeah.
Right?
You're in continuous imbalance.
Wow.
So, and it's normal. It's normal.
It's crazy.
And but that's what we do with the people who can't hold it still. They can't
Yeah.
stay still. Like I notice a lot of people don't like to close their eyes.
Yeah,
I'm like,
some people have said that.
they don't like to close their eyes.
It gives them anxiety. They hear the word again.
I'm like, close your eyes and focus on your breath.
Yeah.
Breathe. And I tell them, I want to hear you breathe.
Yeah.
If I don't hear you breathe, then you're not focusing on your breath.
And that is so important, breath work.
Yes.
And you did have a beautiful breath work session. I attended that. That was amazing.
The one with Max Sturm?
Yes.
Oh, I can't believe people missed that.
No, listen.
I cannot believe people missed that one.
Again, had no idea
He's
what I was
global.
walking into. I had no idea what I was walking into. It was basically like 45 minutes of breathing. And afterwards, I was like, what?
It's like a massage.
We don't breathe in real life. I really, truly believe we don't know how to breathe. And then everyone was like, you need to a workshop to breathe. Yeah. Because we don't know how to do it. Like we genuinely don't know like how to calm ourselves down because like I said, we're always being stimulated. We're in a very high stimulus environment all the time. When I come here, Aisha, I notice that it's very zen and
Yes.
like, and people can slow down here.
Well, because when we designed this place, I had the mood boards and everything, but my whole goal was I wanted to feel connected to the earth. I wanted people to feel grounded, and it's a family-oriented, safe space.
I love that.
So kids have to, and I notice kids when they walk in, they love it. And to me, they're the ones who reflect the energy of the space.
Definitely.
So if the kids can calm down in the space, then no one else has an excuse.
If kids can
Toddlers.
calm down in a space, it's a good space.
Yes.
It's such a good space.
Yes.
And then, so what would your definition, if you were to define, not the textbook, but what is wellness to you?
It's the consistent striving to achieve peace, well-being, and by well-being, just being. Like, can you spend some time with yourself just being without holding your phone, without thinking, go into meditation? It can be open-eye meditation, it's fine. But can you enjoy yourself by yourself?
Wow.
That's what it is to me. Why feel lonely? You're with yourself.
I like that. I never even thought of it that way.
Yeah.
Because people always say like, I'm alone. I live like the solo kind of thing, but you are with someone and that someone is you.
Yeah.
People often forget that that's the most important company to have.
Yeah.
What do you do when you need to spend time? Because obviously you have a family,
Yeah.
right? And you are running a business.
Yeah.
What does Aisha do to be one with herself, to go inside?
I think it's when I practice. When I get into my practice, I get to focus on my breath, chill, let out the energy that I don't need, and focus after in the end what I need to achieve after the practice. But I notice the days that I practice, the day is so simple. It's so, and I listen, I'm present every moment. I'm a bit zenned out. Like people are like, Aisha, snap out of it. And I'm just like, wait, I'm just realizing what I need to do or what I need to listen to or what I need to, you're present.
Yeah.
You're so present. Yeah, I think you turn into like a tree. You're rooted, you're grounded, you turn into a tree.
You can't be like shaken back and forth. Nothing phases you kind of thing.
Yeah.
You're just like going about your day, chilling. Nothing can mess you up.
Yeah.
It's going to take a lot.
It does, especially if you have kids. You need to be
They
able
test
to
you.
you need to be able to take their energy in
And absorb.
and appreciate them. You know, like a
100%.
lot of people are just like shh.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
It's shushing the children. And it's like, why are you shushing them? Like, you know what it is? Like children want to be seen and not heard kind of thing. And that's so unfortunate because imagine, like, I always like to treat my children because obviously, you know, our children are the same age.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the same age. A
Team
funny
girl,
story.
team boy.
Yeah, exactly. I have 2 girls. She has 2 boys. And, you know, you always tell me like, you know, when you go to like, you know, places, people have their kids on their iPads because they just are like, shh, we're in public. When children should just be like out there having that freedom, feeding
I mean, you saw what our kids did in public.
We took them on a play date. Do you want to talk? I'm going to tell them.
Let's do that.
I'm gonna
Okay, sure.
Story time. We took them out to Mshahirib. in a park. And next to the park, there is just these waterfalls on the ground.
Yeah, they just
popping
scoop
up,
it
right?
Yeah.
Is this not an invitation for a child? It's on the floor. You don't even have to go inside. Like the fountains have like a space where you're like, obviously you can't go inside a fountain, but it's on the floor.
Yeah.
Our children ran in there and literally soaked themselves through and through to the point where the security turned off the water.
They had to turn it off because of our kids. They're like, okay, it's too late.
And then they went back into the playground and all the parents were so upset because they were getting all of the slides wet.
Yeah.
And then all their kids were getting wet. It was...
But did you see their kids' reaction? They were like, oh my God, I'm wet.
Yeah. Because they don't get to do that, right? Like
They were like, I have never seen a child be bothered by being wet.
sensory experiences
Yes,
that,
yes.
you know, they're being robbed of because every time they get a little bit wet, they change the whole clothing and everything. And as like adults, we carry that into our like adulthood, right? Where we're just like, oh my gosh, the smallest inconvenience like shuts us down. Oh my goodness. Like, so going back, when you meditate, because, okay, I'm going to talk about this like weird culture about meditation because every time I mention meditation to anyone, everyone's like, oh, that's so hard.
Or they roll their eyes.
Oh, they roll their eyes. I was like, what does that even mean? And you know what it is? It's just like one of those things where when you're trying to explain it, it sounds so otherworldly, like to someone who's never done it before.
That's the visuals, though. That's
Right?
The aesthetics of people getting into the weirdness.
Yeah.
Like the chanting, we don't chant.
Yeah.
We don't need to chant.
You don't need to,
We don't need to
exactly.
chant. That's just some practices that other cultures have.
Yes.
Which is fine. So, but that's not just meditation. Like I've been invited to a gathering once that they said, oh, we're gonna do a cacao ceremony and we're gonna be chanting so we can meditate. And I was like, so we can meditate? I don't need all of that.
Exactly.
You don't need it. You can just sit here. We can meditate right now if you want.
100%
But,
on
you know,
screen.
Like, it can happen. It can happen. And you don't need to go into hours of meditation.
But that's the thing. Everyone's intimidated because they think it's like 30 minutes to an hour that you need to sit and like just be still. And you're just like, that's not how meditation works.
That takes daily practice, though, to
It
be able to
does.
stay still in your mind in silence.
And not fall asleep. My people
Yeah.
always think, well, I fell asleep during that meditation. It's like, was that the point? It's not technically the point of meditating. It's actually just, you know, going
Clearing your
in,
head. Yeah.
clearing your head. So when you hear people like having this like adverse reaction to meditation, how do you reply to that? Like when you're trying to like involve someone in a meditation, just like, I'm not into this. Like, I don't know what this is. How do you explain meditation?
I just asked them to, first of all, just try it. We could do 2 to 5 minutes. Just try it. And usually people like that, they can't close their eyes. So we do open eye meditation. And I usually do that in a dark room. We light up a candle. If it's daylight, you can't have a dark room. You can use a flower or something you like.
Something to stare at.
Yeah, your kid's picture or something, or your partner, whoever, someone that you can stare at.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay? And you keep your eyes open, and you will realize your eyes are going to start tearing, and that's releasing, and it's calming to the nervous system. But if it's in a dark room, it's more powerful because it's a flame. You can use a candle, and it's just you and the candle, and you are like, your eyes are tearing and tearing and tearing. And then after that, I usually ask them to lie down because they will go into sleep if they can.
Wow.
Yeah, because it clears your head. You're
100%.
focusing on the candle so hard that you cannot think of anything else.
Yeah.
Your the breathing pattern changes. You don't even realize it. I don't even have to talk about the breath. I just stare at the candle and don't close your eyes. As much as you can, don't blink.
Wow.
Yeah. It's really good.
And then when I don't know if you do this here, but when someone comes to you and has sleeping problems, I have heard of a lot of people who have difficulty sleeping. Yeah. And usually it's because of a busy mind. Like this is what is attributed: anxiety, stress, a busy mind. And stimulants,
supplements,
like, yeah, I mean, like having like too much coffee, too much caffeine in your system, extra things in your system that you don't really need. Sleep is arguably the most important part. Rest is the most important part of any recovery of your life, basically. Like you need to sleep in order to function.
Yes.
And when people tell me that I'm not sleeping well, and then my first impulse, because I practice as well, I meditate. My first impulse is to tell them meditate. And then they're just like, no, I can't do it. I cannot meditate. Their minds are so busy. They're so busy that they cannot turn it off.
They can, but it takes practice.
Explain.
Well, just start with a minute. Just start with a minute.
Of turning it off for a minute.
Everything. Just take 1 minute to yourself and practice silence. Even if you're thinking, just practice silence. First, it's practicing silence. Then it's practicing closing your eyes. Then it's practicing the breath. Then you go into meditation. That takes time.
It does.
Just increase a minute every day. Sometimes people need to be guided, because I noticed a lot of people get online and they have these apps. It shocks me. I'm just like, why would I use the phone to go into meditation? But it works for some people. They need it.
I will tell you, I do have an app.
Oh, okay.
And no. I mean, I know. And then the first thing I was like, do I really need this app? But I do like a guided meditation. Like sometimes I'll put on the meditation music and it will help me, or I can do it without music. But sometimes my mind is so busy, I need to listen to someone else telling me how to turn it off. You know, like, so I understand the need for an app also because it gives you the time. So if I know I'm short on time and I only have like 10 to 15 minutes, I can choose the 15-minute one.
Okay.
So, because like sometimes I don't know what time it is. I'm so disconnected from myself that the time just goes. So the apps, there are some good ones out there.
Yeah.
Try them. Like, I really, really feel like it's a good place to start. When you don't know where to start, or if you don't have the time to go into a center or to go into a practice, that's like the easy.
I think because I'm old school.
She is. She's such a purist. She's such a purist.
I actually leave the phone out of the room. That's why I'm old school.
That makes
so
sense.
for like, if you were, okay, I'm listening to you. So if I were to advise you or give you maybe a tip, is probably practice your meditation while you're doing your rituals. So I notice the way you do your matcha takes time.
Yes.
Like I said, you practice your silence.
100%.
Your eyes are absorbing all the things you love doing, which is creating your matcha drink.
And I'm so glad that you mentioned that, because meditation doesn't mean that you're just lying down still.
Yes, exactly.
Explain. Like, it's...
So what I used to do before I can actually calm my mind was the practice. So I would do I call it the yoga burpee now.
Okay.
It really
Yoga
is.
burpees.
It really is.
I like it. Okay, now explain this
The
movement.
sun salutation, but there are
Okay.
some terms I cannot say.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
I'm
okay.
forbidden from
Gotcha,
saying.
gotcha.
But anyways.
All right, the yoga
so the
burpee.
yoga burpee. So what's nice about the yoga burpee is that it guides your breath. First of all, you have to, you know when to inhale, you know when to exhale. So you focus on that. You lengthen the breath. So this is when your mind kicks in. You can't think of anything else when you have to focus
100%.
on taking a long inhale and taking double the exhale.
Yeah, it's true.
You're thinking of that, okay? And then repeating it again and again. So it's a moving meditation.
Wow.
So that's how I started.
Okay.
It took me a visit to India to actually learn how to meditate in stillness while mosquitoes eat at your skin. Like, seriously, they eat you up, and you're there for 45 minutes every single day, twice a day, at dawn and at sunset. That's what disciplines my mind.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you can't itch?
No, you're not allowed to move. You cannot move.
Wow.
You can't move. But this you have to do something that no one else is willing to do to achieve it. You know, you have to push yourself. You have to push yourself. If you really want it, you'll do it.
I agree.
I'm tired of people saying, oh, I can't do it. You just programmed yourself that you can't. You just said it. Halas, your brain is telling, yeah, we can't do it. We're done. If you don't believe in me, why should I do it?
That's so true. Yeah. That is so true. And you know what? It goes for everything in life. Like, this is such like an example of an attitude that you carry with you in life. And I feel like when I was practicing yoga, I practiced for 5 years, and it's
we're gonna bring her back. She's the next conversion.
She's slowly,
she's converting.
yeah, she is. She's bringing me into the studio, and I'm just like, I like it here. Like, I remember, I actually like it here. But you know what? Yoga is not just like a practice that you do on the mat.
Yeah,
it's a lifestyle, and it's one of those things where it's like you become. Everything becomes, you know, like yoga, like involved, you know, like it's okay. This happens. The last
still
time,
ringing?
I know.
Wait, so we could say it again. Sorry, oh my God, I can't believe it came from me. I put it on Do Not Disturb.
No. Last time, no, it's okay. Last time it was the fire alarm in his place. It's fine. We always have
I didn't even
something like
realize
that.
it till he looked at me and I was like, Peaky Blinders.
I love it. I love it.
Okay.
No, but like it does carry into everything in your life because
Okay.
it helps you achieve hard things.
Yeah.
Breathing through uncomfortable positions, whether it's in the positions that you do
Yeah.
in yoga or in life.
Yeah.
Like people always forget that whatever you do, whether it's yoga or practicing, competing or, working out or anything, it's something to help you get through difficulties in life as well.
Yeah.
Breathing through it, breath work, breathing through an uncomfortable situation, oftentimes changes the situation completely, not just in your mind, but the result. Like instead of a knee-jerk reaction to something, you learn how to just be like, okay, take a minute. All right, hold on. What's happening? Like slow it down in your mind and then know how to react to it.
Or don't react.
Or don't react 100%.
It is what it is.
How hard is it not to react for you?
It depends on the day. It depends on the day. And it depends on, I noticed that if my family's okay and if we're safe, especially with what's going on in Palestine,
Yeah.
it teaches you to discipline that it's not the worst thing in the world. Whatever you're going through,
Everything else
there's
seems so much
nothing-
smaller
yeah,
compared to
what's going on in the world.
Of
So
course.
just like humble yourself.
Yeah.
Humble yourself. It's
Very
not the end of
true.
the world. What you're going through is not the end of the world. And I think people forget to practice gratitude. So it's practicing gratitude that helps you. And I think I only react on the days that I don't sleep well. I'm snappy.
Yeah, off.
So I just try to stay away from people because they don't need to deal with me.
Yeah.
Like, I need to rest.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very,
Yeah, yeah.
very true. And being able to acknowledge that
Yeah.
and know yourself enough to be like connected with yourself enough to know, like, listen, I'm about to blow someone, I'm going to eat someone's head off right now.
Yeah.
Like if someone comes near me. So being able to, bring yourself a little, taking a step back, maybe from being around too many people at that time
yeah.
and then just reacting to everything, just being reactive to everything. Actually, you mentioned being humble and having gratitude. How do you practice gratitude in your, like, what do you do? Is there a practice that you do it, or what do you kind of do to remember, to bring yourself to that place of gratitude again?
I think I practice it daily and every minute because it's a behavior.
Yeah.
It's a behavior. I always tell people you can go to sleep and you not wake up.
Very true.
When are you going to realize, like, people are stressing about the stupidest things, or like, I could get this and I could get that, or remember, like, COVID was driving people crazy.
Exactly.
COVID was the best time for me ever. I loved it.
The first person who's ever said this.
Alhamdulillah, I was like, you know what? We might need another one. But then I'm like, no, we're open finally, because it delayed sequences to open.
Of
But personally, it was the best time of my life.
Say why, but why?
Because I got to practice, I'm home, I'm with my family. I don't have to do anything, but just...
You don't have to be anywhere.
Yeah, I don't have to be anywhere. I just have to enjoy my babies, because I had just had a baby.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, we both
We
did.
both
We
did.
both did. Okay, and we just stayed home. We just made sure to stay in touch with family. We just it was nice staying home.
It was.
And then I realized, like, that was when I really, really practiced gratitude. I get to stay home. I get to
Wow.
just be. Some people don't have homes. Some people that was the worst time for some people. They were in
Exactly.
the hospitals all the time. Some of them, it was their jobs to be in the hospital all the time. They didn't get to be home.
Yeah.
And
very
everyone,
true.
the people who were complaining, I was just like, you really don't get the point.
Yeah.
We're being tested, and you're missing it.
I like that we're being tested. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
very good outlook too. Like that's a different way of looking at it. That's a
yeah.
really different way, and a very humbling way too. You mentioned being humble. A lot of people misconstrue that word.
What do you mean?
Like some people are just like, humble means, you live. Obviously, it means you live modestly. Obviously, it means like, you don't think too highly of yourself. But also, like, it's okay to not live modestly, but you could still be humble, and it's okay to know your worth.
Maybe
And
there's
still-
levels. There's levels of practicing humble. Like, I always think, okay, don't have the ego, break your ego, and you're not better than anyone. You're just be your best self for yourself. It's not about, stop comparing yourself to
That's
anyone.
the comparison,
It's
right?
the comparison. Like, why are you competing against someone, or why are you? And this is how I was raised, because I'm mixed. So there was always that, well, they do this and they do that. Every single day almost, I heard it from my dad. Stop comparing yourself. You are different.
Okay.
Stop trying to live the same like everyone else. We don't live the same like everyone else.
That's so
So
important.
I think it's something you have to, like, drill into children.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
like stop comparing. Because like I hear it now with my kids. They say like, but it's not fair. They get to do it. I'm like,
Yes.
that's their choice. They live that way.
Yeah,
It's their choice.
100%.
We choose to live this way. Nothing is right or wrong.
Yeah, it's all about what makes sense,
Yes,
right?
for your unit.
100. I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
100%. So, Aisha, when you are not practicing or in the studio, what do you like to do?
Get a massage. Oh, by the way, we have a massage therapist. She's
Really?
the best. You haven't tried
I
Levo yet.
have not.
Oh boy.
I've seen the stories though. People come out, new people.
As much as I can, I try to get a massage
How often do you get one?
at least once a week.
Wow.
Yeah, once a week.
Girl, I love that for you.
No, I try. I usually do it on Mondays because I teach on Monday.
Okay.
So, and then I wait for her. After I finish my class, I stay here and I wait for her. I get some work done, and then she gives me a massage. Notice me on Mondays. I'm just like
Just walks in, picks
walk
up
in
the
like
kids.
yeah, pick up the kids, and I'm all zenned out, and I'm just like whoa. Massage.
Wow.
A lymphatic massage. I love my lymphatic massages.
So for the people who are watching us and are kind of like, all right, this sounds interesting. This sounds intriguing. Whether you're an athlete, whether you're just, you don't need to be an athlete to come here or be in sports to come here. You could just be someone who just needs a space to.
Even just to chill. Like people who come here. Okay, so let me tell you how people use sequences
Definitely.
in their daily life. So we have people who come just to read.
Okay.
People that just want, we offer peace and quiet. It's very quiet here.
Yeah, it
Here,
is.
we offer peace and quiet. So some people come here, unfortunately, working. But I notice at one point they'll just shut down their laptop and then they just sit. And then we offer herbal tea, anything with no caffeine. And we try as much as we can. And then they just hang out here
I love
until
that.
they have to go somewhere. So that's the simplest thing you can do. And then some people come here, like the parents. We have not programs, so we could say wellness experiences for kids. And like capoeira, we have hammock, we have now ballet. We're offering the ballet,
The girls
which
tried
is a
it. They
hit.
loved it.
Yeah, it's a hit now. And then the parents just hang out here. They mingle with other parents. They socialize. So we focus on community. That's why the space is here. We do eventually want to create like a healthy juice bar. And remember we were saying like the matcha and everything.
Yes.
But it really is just to focus on people just hanging out and meeting. So we have people that just moved to the country and they're meeting people here.
I love that.
So it was nice. And then we have the kids play area so they could just keep themselves busy. And that's the next thing you could do. And then there's the treatments. You either get a massage therapy treatment. We offer treatment massages. We do have the spoiled ones that you just rub you
indulge
down.
in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
indulging. But I do the treatment ones.
Okay.
And then the movement classes and then the physiotherapy. So what I practiced before opening sequences is that I have a routine that's monthly. So like I get a physiotherapy check once a month, and then I do sound therapy maybe once a week. I practice aerial silks twice a week. I practice yoga every day, meditation every day. So then I started thinking, that's how I came up with the name. I was like, okay, so I created my sequence. This is my wellness sequence.
I love that.
Yeah.
And then you can help someone who comes in and it's kind of like
Want to do the same.
that wants to do the same.
yeah.
Create their own special sequence,
Yes,
and
yes,
it's all going to look different. I like that.
Yeah, because we personalize your sequence, your wellness sequence.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's personalized.
So I'm all about women empowerment, and I look at you and I'm like, wow, like she started this on her own, like, did something like so out of your comfort zone. So it's like, but something you're so passionate about. What was the voice in your head? Did you have a voice in your head at any point where it was just like the doubt? Were there any?
You know what? Construction time will make you lose your mind.
Okay.
Like I always said, not this past Ramadan, the year before, last year Ramadan, I didn't see anyone. I don't know if my fasting was accepted by God because I almost killed the contractor. Like I was here every single day, thirsty, dust, yelling, everything I should not be doing while I'm fasting, right? No humbling, no. Like the praying was off time. It was everything. Anyways, so the only thing I believe I reached a point where I was like, I don't think we're ever going to open. It's the construction.
Wow. And you had that moment where you were just like, oh my goodness, this might not happen.
I just thought we're never going to open. And
Wow.
we opened before we were supposed to open because first of all, we were late. We were supposed to open last year, February. We opened in June because June is my month. Okay. So I was like, I'm treating myself. We're opening. I don't care.
Yeah.
If they find me, oh God, this is on the record. Okay. But we're opening.
You wanted everything to do, like you just wanted to put anything and everything just to get it open.
Let's open. It took us a while to get the medical license because we're also a clinic, but we still opened the massage. We got approvals on that. So we opened. I was like, why do I have to wait? Which we ended up getting it in October.
Wow.
So from June to October.
You would not have opened.
And this is the thing is with spaces in Doha, they stay closed until they get their permits. And I was like, we're opening the side that we can't open.
Exactly. So whatever we can with what we have, we'll get it done.
And we need to use the space.
Yeah.
And it was perfect because during the summer, there's not so much footfall.
Exactly.
So you can see where the mistakes are.
Soft opening.
Yeah. It was perfect.
I love that.
So, yeah.
And then what was the biggest aha moment as like a person who's a business owner? Like,
when people started thanking me, they started thanking me for opening this space. And I was like, really?
I love that.
Thanks. Like, I never ever thought someone would thank me for opening this space. I thought they would just enjoy it.
How good did that feel?
That was my aha. I'm like, yeah, you know what? That's right. It's good. You know what? This is good for the community.
It was worth it.
I did everyone a favor.
And it was worth it. Like you're losing your sanity and your mind was at the end of it worth it. So I like to do something towards like, the end of the podcast where I get to know you a little more and the viewers get to know you anymore.
God,
so
I need to take a sip for this.
Take a sip of this. Exactly. So I know this might be an obvious answer, but not so obvious answer. If you had the choice between coffee and matcha, what would you take? Okay, duh. See, this is why she's my girl. She gets the assignment. She understands the assignment. Thank you. Thank you. Coffee, matcha.
Yes, of course, matcha.
Love it. What is your go-to indulging meal, food that you're just like, I don't care how many calories is in this. I don't care what's going to happen to me after this. I want this right now. What's like the thing you can't say no to?
French fries.
French fries. Yeah.
I'm on keto now, so I'm suffering. Suffering through
the keto. I looked at her and like, you're on keto, right?
I'm suffering right now. Seriously.
But you look great.
Oh, thank you.
It's worth it.
It's worth it. The discipline.
Exactly. The discipline. Could you imagine yourself doing anything else other than this?
Well, I used to be the chief marketing officer at UDC. Marketing is my thing.
Okay.
But now a lot of people want me to open a content creating company, which is awesome.
Amazing. And it goes so well with what you already do.
Yeah. I have fun with it. Like I was just saying yesterday, somebody asked me who does my social media and I was like, I do it.
Yeah.
And they asked me, do you do other accounts? I'm like, you obviously don't know me. I don't have time. But
it's something that you'd be interested.
Yeah, but just because it's fun. I've always been into photography. Like I have my cameras and I have video my perfect gift from my parents was always a camera.
Wow.
So I've been creating content since I learned how to use a camera.
That
ages ago.
I
was amazing. People probably don't know this, the dark room. When you develop.
No, you used to develop film.
I used to develop film. Yeah.
Oh, she's old school. She's a purist over here. You're an actual
I think I was 10 when I went into the dark room the very first time.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I love it. What's your favorite cuisine?
I love a good burrito.
You are into the Mexico.
Oh, yeah. Oh, but no, tamales. But we have our version. We have the naca tamales, which is the Nicaraguan version.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And that you eat one, it knocks you out for the day. So that's 24 hours. You don't need to eat. You're done.
That's it. One and done.
Yeah.
I love that. So that's your favorite cuisine.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. If you were to tell anyone who's thinking about opening something up for themselves.
Yeah.
What would your biggest advice be?
Don't listen to anyone.
I love that. Okay.
Don't listen to anyone.
More.
And organize your thoughts. Write down what you need to do. And it's ask for help. Always ask for help. ask it from the right person. Don't just ask it from your favorite person. They don't know what, someone who's related to the subject you're
Right.
asking them about. But, and be patient, humble yourself. A lot of people, and I always say this, a lot of people say, why am I going through this? I shouldn't be going through this. And I'm like, what planet are you from?
What do you mean you shouldn't be going through this?
If you're not going through this, no one else is going to do it for
Yeah.
you. Like, grow up,
Yeah.
you know?
It gets hard.
It gets very hard. And if you want it, like, and this is another thing I notice people appreciate. They see me they see me at the reception. They see me doing the meetings. They see me with the contractors. They see me with the maintenance workers. They know I'm taking care of the space for them and them,
'Cause you
offering
care
them
about
tea.
it.
It's
Yeah.
this is a passion project. I have to take care of it. And then a lot of people don't realize that this is my job now. I don't work anywhere else. So this is my job. So sometimes people feel like they're in trouble because the owner's talking to them. And I'm like, no, it's just, I'm trying to like help you.
Yeah.
You know?
How many establishments do you walk in and you have no idea who owns it or have never seen the owner? Like, and that just makes it so like there's a detachment from the
Yeah.
place because when you show up for your, members, community, everything, people are like, oh, that's the face behind it.
Yeah.
She cares about this
Yeah.
place. She's investing her time and energy into it. This is a nice place to be,
Yeah.
to know the owner.
But that's the energy I want here. Maybe it depends on your business also.
Okay.
Like if I had a law firm, I'm sure I wouldn't want to meet with anyone. Like, listen,
True. I'd want to like hide away in
you
my
got
office.
problems. That's not my problem. I got problems too. We all got problems.
Yeah.
But that's the energy that I'm trying to set here. I want people to understand that this is a safe space. I'm trying to make sure we continue keeping this as a safe space.
I love that.
Yeah.
And then if you were like ever, well, now that you're on a podcast, what's a question you would really want to be asked? Like something you really want to talk about, you itch to talk about, you really just want to like have someone ask you that question. Like you wish someone would ask you this question.
I guess, would I do it a different way?
Uh-huh. Knowing
like-
everything that you know
Yeah,
right now,
yeah.
would you do it differently? Would you do it at all?
Yeah.
What would your answer be to that?
There's a lot of things I would have done differently.
Really?
Yeah, just I think I would have involved more legal advice for even the stupidest things. Sometimes you think it's something stupid, but then legal comes in and tells you, no, you should have talked about this. Even if it was something simple, you should have just, it could have been in a contract.
Yeah.
You could have, you didn't have to pay for it, basically. And I say this because I invested my own money in this. Like, I don't have any partners. I didn't take a loan. This is all my sweat and tears. And so
100%.
there's a lot of, you are going to kind of make mistakes and it takes from your budget.
Yeah.
So you pay for your mistakes.
True.
Yeah.
But you learn the hard way, basically.
Yeah. As a small business owner, but you do make sure that you earn it back.
100%.
Yeah.
And you work 10 times harder almost. Just be like, I need to make
Because
that.
it's your money.
100%.
Yeah.
No one else. It's not like, oh, whatever. They'll figure it out.
Yeah.
It's yours.
You're responsible.
One proud moment, maybe not just in your business, maybe in your life that you wouldn't mind sharing, and then one regret that you wouldn't mind sharing.
Okay. A proud moment, I gotta say, when I finally decided to get married again. Because I had my first marriage wasn't too good. We weren't right for each other.
Yeah.
But to actually, and I thought I was done.
Yeah, that was
I was
it.
not
End of the road.
convinced. And I did not believe in being in love with someone. I thought, okay, you can love someone, but not being in love with someone. I adore my husband.
Aw.
Like just looking at him. Yeah. So I didn't know that I would actually feel this. So like the songs, the movies, all make sense now.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just like, God, this Hollywood stuff.
It actually so pretty.
it actually does exist. And I didn't realize that I would attract that in my life. I thought, I always know I wanted to deserve the best I can get in life, but I didn't know I could find someone that I can love truly and grow with.
That's so important, right?
And he supports me like unconditionally. I did not know that existed, especially here.
Yeah.
In this country, it's very hard to meet people here for a lot. And a lot of marriages are still arranged. So I think I got to say he's my proudest achievement in life.
Oh, shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Shout out to Nelson.
And then a regret that you wouldn't mind talking about.
Regret. Oh, I got to say this. I had a few miscarriages before having kids. Don't ever tell people, because it's like reliving a funeral again and again and again. And it's more about the people, not you.
And it's a lack of knowing them knowing how to like process this and what to do. And
Anything that has to do with death. Because even when I lost my dad, Allah yarhamah, people were giving me lessons. I don't need lessons.
Yeah, not at
it's
this time.
anything that has
Yeah.
to do with death. I think those are my biggest regrets, like sharing those moments with the wrong people.
sharing like very vulnerable moments
Yeah,
with
it's just let me be. I'm processing. I
Yeah.
don't need you to educate me on something that you don't even know about.
Yeah, and it's crazy because it's probably them trying to like, because they don't know what
Comfort
to
you.
do, and
Yeah.
they think they're comforting you, but at the end of the day, they're just like making things worse.
Yeah.
And that is a very good lesson to learn.
Yeah.
That sometimes things are just so unexplainable, can't be shared, and that some things need to be kept.
Like I feel for people who don't have the support that they need when they're going through loss.
Yeah.
That's why when Max Strom came and he was talking about, I needed to hear that. I
Yeah.
needed to understand that. Okay, so, okay, we need to gather. That's amazing. But just don't talk.
Yeah.
Don't talk. I don't need to you telling me, well, this is life.
Exactly.
And we're all going to die.
100%.
And I'm just like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
What, am I stupid? I'm trying to process the loss.
Yeah.
So I think that was the regret, like wasting time listening to people. I should have just said, excuse me, and walked away.
100%.
But I would sit there it was thinking about them more.
To be polite.
Polite.
100%.
Being polite when
Like-
I'm going through loss.
Yeah, because in our country there's aib, like,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
just like,
yeah.
oh, you can't just walk away from someone,
Yeah.
like talking to you, and you're like, sometimes you need to
Yeah,
for
yeah,
your
yeah.
sanity.
Yeah. Just like, excuse me, walk off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
I regret not doing that.
Wow, that's a very strong. That takes a very strong. I feel like you're the type of person now that would do it.
Oh, yeah. Just say, excuse me, I need to go to the bathroom somewhere away from you.
Away from here. What are you the most unapologetic about? Like, what's your just like? I'm not gonna apologize.
My feelings. My feelings.
That's very empowering.
Well, I'm feeling them, so you have no right. I'm not going to apologize for them, even if they're wrong at the time. Like, let me go take a step back. If I feel like I crossed the line with a person, I will eventually make amends. I do that. I
Yeah.
always make sure I do that. But I will not apologize for feeling them. I'll just say maybe I did not handle the situation well. I could have handled it a better way.
Yeah.
But I will not apologize for it. That's what I felt at that second.
Yeah.
So,
And gaslighting. How do you feel about gaslighting?
can you explain it better?
Yeah, let me tell you something. It's like when someone tells, like you're talking to you're sharing an emotion, a very strong emotion or feeling to someone.
Yeah. And then they blame you for it?
And then, or they just like either tell you how they're going through something worse and that you
God.
should like, be grateful for whatever you have, or they brush it aside and say, this is so insignificant. Why are you feeling this way? Or they make it your fault. So if you're like, and they'll be like, well, it's because of you that I'm feeling like this.
Okay.
So how do you because that's basically neglecting someone's
I
emotions.
think I used to do that at one point. Because of you, I'm feeling this way. But I was younger. I didn't even know that's called gaslighting. That's why I don't know that I don't use the term. But what do you mean? How do I feel? Do I do it or
No, how do you feel when someone does that to you? Like, 'cause you're talking about emotions, and like when you're feeling a certain way, you're unapologetic about it. But then some people are just like, "Pfft, why are you feeling like that?
But I always let people be. If that's what I didn't know there was a term for it. That's why.
Yeah.
So I always, but I am the type of person that unfortunately I can go at an argument or a talk or a conflict for hours. And that's something bad about me. Like if my husband and I, we argue. He's like, we need to stop arguing. I could go on for
Can you
hours.
agree to disagree, or does someone need to be a winner in this?
No, I can agree to disagree.
Okay.
I can agree, but I also need to agree that we both let out everything we got. Like if the person in front of me is silent, it drives me nuts.
Yeah. You're just like, oh, can you give me something?
Even if it's not what I want to hear.
Yeah.
But I do listen. I learned how to listen at a very young age. So I do believe that I practice listening very well. And I do say, okay, well, they're entitled to express how they feel.
Yeah.
Even if it's gaslighting. But that's just the way they handle things.
Yeah.
They don't know any better. They probably don't even know. Like at one point in my life, I used to do that too. I didn't even know that was wrong to do.
And it is a cultural thing too, because some people, as we were growing up,
Yeah.
I'm reacting like this because you're doing this.
Yes.
As adults, like from
As
adults,
and kids, yeah. But see, like it's something like I don't think we mean to do it in a bad way.
No.
But it's just something that humans do.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And then I would like one thing that you want to leave our viewers with, like something, either words of wisdom from Aisha or something that you want them to food for thought before we wrap up this.
Stop complaining. I'm
I
sick and
love
tired
that.
of people complaining.
Khaled loves this because he says it
like,
as well.
stop complaining. It can always be worse. It can always be worse. That's it. Really. Honestly, it can always be worse. Stop complaining. Even if you're going through a lot, there's always, be silent. Practice silence. Step away. Let people be. Stop judging. Like, stop complaining. Like, people, and I, like, I'm complaining right now about people complaining. But, like, really, it can always be worse. I mean, we get to wake up another day. We get to move. We're mobile. There are some people in hospitals that are not mobile, would love to just stand up.
Yeah.
Like, celebrate those things, those little things. Celebrate having a family, having fresh air, having safety.
Yeah.
Having another day to just live.
100%.
Yeah, just practice gratitude.
Nothing's promised.
Yeah.
And everything is a blessing, basically. And just recognizing that even the day-to-day is a blessing is such a different lens
Yes.
on life.
Yeah.
Aisha, I want to thank you so much.
Thank you.
For bringing me here today, for allowing us to use this beautiful space to get to know you and what you do here and sequences. This is a beautiful, honestly, check it out. This is not because I've been here before, but it's because I've actually experienced it. And literally it is a place where you feel so at ease. It makes my mind go silent.
Okay.
The moment I walk in here, it's just like mute. And all I'm focused on is what I'm about to do.
Nice.
And it's a beautiful sanctuary. Amazing. And like, I really like hats off to you for doing all of this, building this. And again, keep growing, keep glowing. And I will see you all next week on another episode of Spill the Matcha.
Bye.
Peace.
My shade just flew up right there. I'm going to fly.